going on YouTube? It is Just My Opinion, and I'm back giving you another review. Before I get into the review though, just wanted to check in, make sure that everybody is staying safe, staying healthy, taking this virus seriously, taking social distancing seriously, and making sure everybody's doing the proper things that need to be done in order to make sure that we overcome this together sooner rather than later. But for today, I am going to be giving you a review of one of my favorite mixtapes of all time. It's actually celebrating its 10th anniversary, and that is Wiz Khalifa's Kush and Orange Juice. Now, Wiz Khalifa is a Pittsburgh rapper who, although never been the most lyrical or skilled rapper out there, has been quietly carving out a nice career for himself over the past 10 plus years as the quintessential stoner rapper. He's had a lot of big singles over the past 10-year span, most notably the song See You Again that was featuring Charlie Puth off of the Fast and Furious soundtrack. It wasn't until his 2011 release, mainstream release, Rolling Papers, that he started getting a lot of attention in the mainstream. But prior to that release, he had been putting out quite a bit of underground singles such as Say Yeah and This Plane, and quite a bit of underground mixtapes such as Burn After Rolling and Flight School. But it wasn't until this mixtape, Kush and Orange Juice, came out in which he really started to just blow up overnight. When this came out, it was the #1 trending Twitter topic the day that it came out, and it actually broke the streaming platform DatPiff. For all you youngins out there, that was a popular site to download free mixtapes off of back in the day. And the mixtape starts with the intro instrumental, Wake and Bacon. It kind of sets the tone for the entire mixtape of it being sort of a wake and bake mixtape, has this feeling like you're floating on a cloud, and transitions right into the opening track, Mesmerized, in which this is still not only my favorite track off of the mixtape to this day, but one of my favorite Wiz tracks of all time. And this is the perfect opener. Wake and Bacon, sort of the intro, kind of gives off this feeling like you're kind of in a dream, where this is the perfect song where you're actually waking up from that dream and getting your Wake and Bacon started. This song right here, production-wise, is outstanding, has a great mix of both West Coast sounds and aesthetic, just smooth, laid back, with the nice whistles in there as well over these southern trap drum sounds. Wiz just flows over this so perfectly, so smoothly. He's talking about women, money, weed, which is essentially what he typically talks about. Nothing new, nothing groundbreaking, but the way that he does it is so charismatic, so smooth, and with this charm about him as well. Then we get the song We're Done. Takes a Demi Lovato song from Disney's Camp Rock and decided to take that, sample it, and make it more of a bouncier party track, which still fits into his sound and style very well. Just rapping and flowing over it, super smooth. Shows off a little bit of his versatility as far as what he's able to do, both making these laid-back tracks as well as these party tracks. The next song we get after a quick little radio skit interlude, it's very Doggy Style-esque, which actually introduces the whole theme of the project. We get The Statement. Has more of a East Coast boom-bappy sound to the drums to it, but still has that weed smokers, hazy instrumental style to it, just rapping and flowing extremely well with extreme confidence and swagger, showing he's kind of perfected his craft. It's only a matter of time before everybody else takes notice. He's going to get there in a minute, which then flows right into the song Spotlight, which is a standout track of mine. Now, this is like an ultimate just cruising song right here. The previous song, The Statement, is also a nice little cruising song as well, but this is the more extravagant, lavish, and lush sounding version of that, in which on the previous song it sounds almost like he's cruising around the ghetto in like his car, dreaming about getting to where he's at on this song, which sounds like he's just been living the life, flying on private jets every night, in which he raps about even on this song as well, with just supreme confidence and just smooth charisma. And the feature artist, I forget his name, I haven't really seen him do too much else besides this, but he killed his verse on this one as well. And after a quick little radio skit, again, we get the Kid Frankie, which is another standout track on here for me. Kind of this quirky sound to it, but just very smooth, funky West Coast party sounds all the way through, very Doggy Style and the Chronic-esque. And again, Wiz just rides the beat so well on here. And he shows off his ear for melody pretty well on the hook. I always thought he was one of the better rappers who could sing and has a good ear for melody. And speaking of being one of the better singing rappers, we then get the song Up, which is a very, very close second favorite for me on this project, in which he highlights his ability to sing on this one. He sings on this entire track. This is one of the very few tracks also that has sort of a nocturnal feel to it. The production is absolutely amazing, has this very dreamy and hazy and melodic aesthetic. Very, very beautiful sounds and soulful vocal sample in there as well, which Wiz is singing the entire song about his love for weed and the comfort it gives him, and he's surprisingly able to put so much emotion into this, and you actually feel that raw emotion from his singing. Absolutely outstanding song to sing along to as well. I don't know what's going on or about this feeling you got me feeling. We then get Never Been, which is another very trippy sounding weed smoking song. Has a very Fear of Loathing in Las Vegas type of feel to it. Nice bounce to it as well, in which again Wiz is just riding the beat so smooth, so perfectly. Another nice melodic hook. This hook was straight up fire. Most of the hooks on this are straight up fire. And then we get In the Cut, another nice party track. Still has that nice dreamy hazy vibe to it as well, but has more of an up-tempo party sound in which Wiz is able to execute great, nice melodic hook, in which the drum transitioning as well between the hook to the verses is really nice, in which is able to also showcase his ability again for hooks and his ability to rap as well. You then get Visions, which is probably my least favorite out of all the tracks on this project, but is still a very dope track. It has one of the more grittier East Coast sounding drum beats and patterns to it. This one is one of the very few songs where there's really no hook to it, and he's just straight up rapping over this very lavish production with some very, very nice soulful samples in it, in which Wiz is talking about the very lavish lifestyle in which he lives, and his ability to be able to capture that not just in the production but also in his verses as well is extremely well done on this one. We then get the song Still Blazin', which is a more reggae sound and inspired song. Wiz isn't trying to do that cringy Rasta sounding inflection in his vocals as well either on this one, which a lot of artists try to do or used to try and do back in the day when trying to go over a reggae inspired song. On this one again, he's just sticking to his pocket, singing melodically and smoothly, and then also just rapping over the beat very smoothly. And again, it fits very well into what he's rapping about and what he's aesthetically going for on the album. So then after probably the most unnecessarily long skit that we have on this entire project, we get the song Pedal to the Metal, which again features nice, hazy, smooth cruising music, but this one a little bit more luscious and lavish, has very beautiful keys on it, a softer sound, as this one is geared more towards the ladies. It's all about Wiz kind of trying to introduce this woman to the lavish Taylor Gang lifestyle in which he's rapping and talking about, in which again he does so with just smooth charisma. Then from here we get Good Dank, which is another standout track of mine on here, just straight up fire. This one has absolutely no drums to be seen on this one, but the production is still absolutely gorgeous, as it's mostly led by guitars, organs, and a nice bass guitar as well. The guitar solos on here are absolutely beautiful. Have kind of a bluesy sound to it. Wiz Khalifa again is just smoothly rapping over this production style and also singing for a majority of this as well, showing off his nice ear for melody, again being one of the better singing rappers that we've had out in a while. And then after the final radio skit, we get the song Glass House, is the first song on here which kind of features more high profile features, in which even so, still kind of had an ear for the underground with these features as well, which consisted of Currency, Hot Spitta, and Big Crit, who actually also produced the song as well, in which the production fit great for this project and fit well for each of these artists also. It was a wise choice on Wiz's part as well to get these two specific features on here, as they both fit into this production style and aesthetically what he was going for this project. And the outro track is kind of a continuation of the Wake and Bacon intro, the same exact production, just a little bit more vocal performance from Wiz. It would have ended the mixtape perfectly as far as concluding exactly where it started, so that way it's almost a continuous wake and bake or rolling loop. But actual mixtape actually ends with the song Supply, which is, I guess, was kind of supposed to be like a feature bonus track. Now, this does sonically fit in very, very well to what the project was going for. However, I just think that it should have probably just been placed into the actual mixtape somewhere else, so that way you start with Wake and Bake and you end with the outro, and it's just one continuous loop. So in conclusion, I still love this project. It's still one of my favorite projects of all time, easily Wiz Khalifa's best project that he has ever put out, and I will argue in a lot of ways that it is a classic. Now, I was in an argument with one of my friends recently about how, oh, Wiz is a trash rapper, he's just a mood, he's just a vibe. Nowhere near lyrically one of the best rappers of all time, but the thing is you don't have to be in order to put out a great to classic project. Perfect example is Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style. Snoop Dogg was never really ever saying anything profound. He was mostly just talking about money, partying, women, but it was the way that he would do it and the production in which he would ride over that made him very unique and special. In a lot of ways, Wiz is the new school version of Snoop Dogg, and this project is new school Doggy Style. Wiz Khalifa just has this smooth delivery, and he has this specific sound and style that he caters to very, very well. Again, the concept behind this is being just a wake and bake album, a simple concept, but executed absolutely perfectly, both by the production choices and sounds in which Wiz Khalifa was rapping over and the things that Wiz Khalifa was rapping and singing about. Last but not least, to me, it'll stand the test of time as far as being an album or project that a lot of younger kids who are looking to experiment and smoke weed for the first time will love to listen to for the sound and aesthetic in which the project is giving off. So overall, I'm going to give this project a 9.5 out of 10. Remember, this is just my opinion, and thank you for watching YouTube.